Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How are we all doing today? Mr. Dalton Woods, Mr. Bob Sadai.
Magnificent Monday, my friend.
Absolutely.
How you doing, brother?
Feeling fantastic today.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Me too. Gonna go get it, huh?
Oh, yeah, I
Just
got
got
to.
your just got your bananas message. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that.
Gotta get
How's
some
it
properties under contract today.
every day? That's right.
That's
Every
right.
day. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm normally now off of that portion. I'm more involved, like been saying, involved with the disposition portion of it. So I got people like Simon helping me out on the acquisition part. Glad to have him on the board with us, as always. Great morning, everyone. Dalton, Andrew, Kevin, Isada, Carolyn, Mr. Dan Fazio. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Laura, Sarah, Andy, MG, Jordan, every one of you guys. Welcome. Glad to have you here, as always. It's the start of a new week. Excited about it. This is the second week of this year. 1 week has already passed in this new year. Can you believe it? We were just celebrating Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and already 1 week gone. Gone. You're never going to get that back. So, what are you doing? Are you busy like John Johnson, trying to lock up a couple of deals every day? What's going on with you guys? How can we help you to get to there? That's the goal. That's the goal of this coffee with closers. To help you any way we possibly can. So what do you have going on? What kind of obstacles do you have facing you? I was reading my favorite new book. I've been saying about this REI, and I hit one that just hit me really hard, John. It was about obstacles and how obstacles make us stronger. And that's the truth. I'm going to put it in here. This is what went on my wall this weekend. Oh, shit. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Bob.
Fantastic. Here, put that on your wall wherever you want, put it on a sticky or whatever, but keep reminding yourself obstacles make me stronger. Okay? Don't avoid your obstacles. It's what's going to get you to your goals. It's what's going to, once you pass through that threshold, you're getting closer and closer to your goals, however big or small they are. How are you doing, Pansy?
I am doing pretty dang good. So
Fantastic.
I
Good to
think
hear.
I'm close to having a team to help me. So
Awesome.
um, I've linked up with a gator and his partner, and they're working on a large sports complex in Ohio. And we still need some funding for that, some lending. But it looks like we're going to be doing big projects like that together across the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So is your goal to network and connect these people with money for their
That
projects?
is that is one of them, yes. So it looks like I'm going towards nonprofit, and the one guy already has a nonprofit. Um, and we want to get involved with, like I said, these types of projects. He's doing the sports complex for his community because he's been a coach in the community for many years, and he wants the kids in the neighborhood to be able to have a place to come together. And so also there's programs out there for housing and stuff for people. So I'm looking at doing a nonprofit to help with these housing and different types of programs that people are doing for the communities.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah. It's gonna take a little while to get everything going. But I believe that we can get it done and help like I said, communities.
Mhm. So is it in alignment with what your beliefs are as well, Pansy? What you're
So
doing?
far, so far, yes. This is more in alignment than anything else right now.
Good, good. So that should be an indication of success, you know?
Yes. No, yes, absolutely. I mean, I won't say I'm not successful just because I haven't really made any money, but my goal when I started was I had to find a better way than what I was already doing with life, something that I could be passionate about and,
Mhm.
that would help myself, but also help others. So this seems to be going that direction. And, um, you know, I know once we get it going, it's going to be successful. I'm not discrediting anything along the way. It's all been a success because I've learned so much about real estate and other things along the way that I had no idea about. So I'm counting every blessing and every little success and every failure too.
That's right.
So, you know, it's brought me here and it's going to take me further. I believe by the end of this year, we're going to be up and running and, everything's going to just keep rolling from there.
Well, it should be up and running before the end of the year,
Yes,
and it should be rolling by the end of the year.
right.
Right?
No, you're right. You're right. But there's a lot of moving parts and
Of
whatnot,
course.
so
Of
that I
course.
am not familiar with. So I am looking, for guidance on the nonprofit side. I would like to build a team because I need someone, especially to do the technical things. I'm not a techie person. I prefer not to really have to fool around with tech stuff too much. So yeah, I'll be building a team and yeah, by the end of the year, I'm pretty sure we'll already be running. And I see Dan hopped on and I have to talk. Yes, Dan, you and I have to talk because I believe your CRM will be helpful.
Awesome.
I'm around.
I
How's
know
it
you are.
going, Mr. Fazio?
I've been better, Bob, but I'm powering through. You know what I mean?
Still sick?
Powering through. Still sick, man.
Ah,
Unfortunately, I'm better. I'm like a 60. I would say I'm at 60%. So,
okay. All
better,
right.
better by the day, but not as bad as Saturday. Saturday is pretty bad.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's all good. I think I had the flu. I think that's what it was. But
Yeah, I think it's going around.
yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We're still here. We're still
That's
working.
right. That's right.
Still stuff to get done.
Chop wood, carry water.
I mean, you crybabies couldn't even wake up if you felt 100%. It takes like all your effort to wake up every day. I know some of you guys in here I talk to, but listen to me, guys. I'm been sick for fucking 4.5 days. Still been grinding it out. Haven't missed a single thing. Made every single call.
Come on,
So
don't discourage anyone now. All right, that's awesome. Well, wishing you all the best and hoping that you get better as quickly as possible. Yeah, exactly. Andrew, can we talk about lead gen? Of course. You want to jump on and talk about it? What do you got? Felicia, good morning, everyone. I'm still in Orlando looking for a connection. What kind of connection are you looking for, Felicia? Let's talk about it. Chug some Pedialyte. There you go. So, what exactly do you need to know about lead generation, Andrew? Or what kind of connections do you need, Felicia? There you go. Okay. While Andrew's trying to jump on, who's got other questions? Taylor Larson, long time, buddy. Where have you been? Hope everything's going well with you. Hey, do you guys know if there's a limit on how many people can be on stage? I
No,
wonder if
I don't.
that.
I mean, it's not that for sure. It's just like a
Not
lot
that.
of people
Okay.
get on their phones and then they don't have. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's for some reason some people's phones just aren't compatible. I've never had that issue on my phone, but it's
Hmm.
yeah.
So Felicia has a LLC and wanted to JV with someone. Okay. What did you want to JV with what? I mean, did you want to JV and be doing the acquisitions, the dispositions? What value are you going to be bringing to someone else to want to JV with you? The one and only Matt Riley, Mr. Rinse and Repeat. Great morning to you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Would it be wise to call buyers up first, build a list, then target the market that they buy in? Absolutely, Adam. That's what we preach all the time. Find your buyers first, find the demand first, and then go find the supply. Do you guys feel the politics elections going to throw the market into a spiral? No. What do you mean by a spiral? It's going to actually lower the interest rates more than likely. That's been the cycle. So
Hello,
there will be
everybody.
more buyers. Excuse me?
That's
Can you
Felicia.
all hear me?
Felicia's here.
There
Yeah.
we go. Now we can hear you, Felicia.
Okay, good deal. I'm in a restaurant, so sorry about that background noise. But I have a LLC here and also in Arkansas, and I haven't done a transaction yet, and I just want to walk it through with someone, and I'm willing to share, half and half. I just want to go from the beginning to the end.
Can I say something, Felicia? I love you because you're one of our valued customers, and she's the CRM that she's talking about using is our CRM, and we're very appreciative
What?
of that. We're very appreciative of that, and to her, Felicia's a great person. What I want to say though, Felicia, is be careful asking for 50% if you've never done a transaction before. I just can tell you just personally, just from our company's perspective, like just working with people before in the past is like you're basically saying like to you like I get a lot of people that go say that stuff right. They're like, hey, could you if you taught me everything and walk me through a whole entire deal, could we split the deal 50-50? And it's just like, what you have to understand is if like, if you're partnering with someone with their experience, right? They're bringing the majority to the table, right? Why do you still get half? You know what I mean? Like
Yes, I
so
understand that.
so
Yes.
I would start off by saying like, hey, if that's something that you really want, like, hey, I'm willing to go and try to find deals for someone who's experienced in the Orlando area who may have buyers. I'm willing to go find deals for this individual. In exchange, if you can kind of help me walk me through the process, help me, underwrite the deal, do all this stuff. You can, if we find something that works for one of your buyers, you keep 70, I keep 30%. You know what I mean? Does that sound fair? And I feel like most people are going to be like, yeah, that sounds fair because you're doing a lot of the groundwork, you know what I mean? But they're still bringing the majority of it to the table. right? Because they're teaching you how to underwrite, they're teaching you how to find the buyer, they're teaching you how to work with the title company, they're teaching you how to do through all the steps and processes and keeping your whole system safe, right? Versus like if you come to the table and ask for 50% up front, it's like we don't even give 50% to people even if they are experienced. We only give them 40. So it's just like if you have to come to us to get your deal sold, then bottom line is we're the only reason you're getting paid to begin with. So why are we giving you 50%? This doesn't make any sense. So
That does
we
not
only
make
get,
sense.
so
I understand
we
that.
only give
Yeah.
people, yeah, we only give people 40% even if they have experience that they're bringing to the table, even
Mhm.
in the acquisitions department. If you're not bringing, if you're bringing little to no experience, like
Mhm.
I would be willing to maybe go 30%, but that's probably
Okay.
the max that I'd be willing to go. That's just my opinion. I'll see what everybody else has to say,
Okay.
but
Well, no, I remember now you all talking about that. And that's why I'm saying it does make sense,
yeah,
because if I'm coming in with anything, how can I be equal to you? You know,
yeah.
so yeah, I got it. And a little bit is better than nothing.
And I think you'll get more like more people you'll get more of a positive response if you come across people with that attitude rather than
Mhm.
asking for 50% up front. Like you're gonna get more of negative feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite honestly, Felicia, the people that come to our team and want to work with us and give the same proposal, normally we end up paying them anywhere between 10 to 20%.
That's
Okay,
about average.
be, because it's their, first time or,
Mhm.
they have very little experience, and that variation between the 10 and 20% is how much are they willing to put into it. If it's their backyard, for example, they're going to be our boots on the ground. They're going to be our eyes and ears. They're the ones who are going to go and take the pictures and going to be talking to the neighbors, the seller, whoever. They're the ones who are going to set up the lockbox. They're the ones who are going to set up the appointments with the home inspectors. But you got to realize this. This is how you learn the business. Okay,
Mhm.
by
Mhm.
us showing you that the system and what we do and how we do it, and say, here you go, now go do it, you're learning. And that's worth a lot more than an additional 30% on one or two or 10 deals.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah. I agree, Bob. And thank y'all for straightening me out on
Of course. That's what Dan's here for.
Oh
that.
jeez.
And then I'm gonna send you a remedy for that code or whatever you have.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Please do.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
welcome. All right. Thank y'all.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Sure.
Andrew, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Bob,
Good
Dan,
morning.
John, everyone. Thank you for making this call happen each day. I love this call, and I'm new here. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm looking forward to JVing with individuals here, and also Bob, looking forward to working with your group. I was on the call the other night
Oh, nice.
where yeah, and really looking forward to that. I'm really excited about that. Hey Dan,
Likewise.
yeah man, Dan, feel better. I have just gotten over that, and it lingered, and my doctor told me
Dude.
vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc.
Yeah.
And it works. It works, brother. So I just want to say feel better soon.
Thank
So
you.
if I can just briefly, I wanted to kind of just absolutely, partner, just hear some other people's opinions, yours, Bob, Dan's, John's. Let me tell you what I'm doing and what my goals are, just really briefly here. I go direct to agent, which is really a challenge for me only because I don't have a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of time. And I'm like chomping at the bit to get through those calls, to build that rapport, to get on the agent's side, and to go help the seller. Right? It just takes a lot, and I think once I get a few more deals locked up and taken down and closed, then I think I'll be able to have more patience with the direct to agent. So I'm doing expireds and I'm skip tracing those, and I'm direct mailing those, and I'm also using a texting platform to reach out to those expireds. And then I'm doing I'm sourcing low equity deals off prop stream, and I'm skip tracing those, and I'm doing some direct mail on select groups, right? Because I don't want to spend thousands on direct mail, so I'm just hitting select groups with that. But I'm texting all of those, and I'm looking at some RVM as well here, and I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, or is there some other channels that I could be utilizing as I go forward, right? Because I'm all in on this. This is all I do every day. I'm full time with this, so I have time, and I have I'm the ability to take action immediately and go get these things done. And I'm more of a front end person, talking to sellers and other partners like this. And I'm not a real good integrator with the tech stuff because I'm kind of old school. And so that's a little bit of a challenge for me, but I work through it. I work through it. It just takes me longer, right? But I work through it. Hey, Bob, it's an obstacle,
That's right.
and I'm getting stronger every day with
There
it.
you go.
So that statement, I wrote that down. I'm going to put it on my vision board here because that couldn't be more spot on. Thank you for sharing that. So anyway, that's a real quick, because I don't want to take up a lot of time, but that's a real quick summary. And I hope I hope I communicated that to you guys well enough to get maybe some opinions here, or learn what other people are doing, so I can incorporate some of that maybe.
Sure.
Man,
So go ahead, John.
I just gotta say, I love this guy's energy, man. He's really coming up here
Oh
correct.
man,
I see you got that dog in you, man. So I just think you need some guidance, some instruction, and you're
yep.
gonna do just fine. You're gonna kill this year. You're gonna crush this year. So the first thing is, and
Thank you,
I'm
John.
totally open. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm totally open to hear what everybody else on the stage has to say about this. But I would not spend time, doing the direct to agent thing personally. Um,
Oh, it's rough.
yeah, I would go direct to seller. I'd love to hear what Bob has to say. It sounded like Bob was getting ready to say something.
Oh no, I was just yeah, I mean everybody has their own preferences, you know. I I'm like you. Unfortunately, I prefer direct to seller compared to direct to agent, but I have nothing against agents because I'm one of them anyways. And
Right.
uh, on average, in general, agents are lazy and they don't listen, and all they care about is their commission. So if you contact them, most of them will say, "Hey, yeah, I love working with investors. I'll get you whatever you want. Yeah, I'll send you a list." And then they
Yep.
bombard you with crap, with just
Oh,
junk. Okay?
I
So
hate
you
that.
just have
Yep.
yeah, you just have to be careful about that. And I'm not saying that all of them are like that. You are going to find some agents who actually do understand it and get the business and get our business model, and they know exactly what to do. And with some guidance from you as far as what your goals are and what you're actually looking for, they can be an asset. So it's a matter of spending the time with them or not. Okay, and how you should be spending your time more efficiently, really, more than anything else. Okay, so
Right.
um, think of realtors as obstacles, and they can make you stronger, right? So
Yeah.
but that's one way. I mean, Jacksonville is a competitive market. I don't know if
Yes, it
that's where
is.
you want to be in, but it's a great market. It's a
Yeah.
great market. We love Jacksonville, and I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that you're in that group working with us right now. So we'd be more than happy to help you any way we possibly can. As far as the way that you're doing things, yes, texting is great, but are you also cold calling at the same time, or are you just text blasting?
Well, I got rid of the dialer because no one, so little people pick up the phone, it seems.
Mm.
So I was paying a VA. I was paying a VA. I was getting any leads, and I'm paying them weekly at two VAs. And I said, I can't do this anymore. And this really happened when the interest rates changed, right?
Mhm.
Back, so I said,
Mhm.
I can't do this. I got to kind of drop back and punt, right? And regroup this thing. So I have not incorporated the dialer back into my prospecting as of yet, but I'm open to it. I mean,
Okay. So
that's where I'm at. Yeah.
have you done any cold calling yourself?
Oh, tons. Yeah,
Excellent.
tons.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that's the first step before hiring a VA. You need to be doing
Yeah.
it yourself first. Okay. So if you've
Yeah.
done it, you may want to incorporate one VA. I don't know why you got two VAs, but maybe there was a necessity. But at the beginning, start off with one. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and just check your lists as well. Okay. If you're getting anything less than 7 to 10% of contact, okay, ratio, then either your lists are no good or your skip tracing is not good. Okay. So data is critical. It's very important. So you want to make
Yeah.
sure that you got the right data and you got the right skip tracing and everything, and then start cold calling as well as text blasting.
Right.
So those are a couple of things that I would start off with. And if you're joining us on those Zooms, then and obviously here too every day, you're
Yeah.
welcome to come in and ask. Go take action and come back and say, okay, this is what I did. This is the result I got. What do I need to do? How can I tweak this? That would be the
Right.
ideal way of doing it.
Absolutely. And yeah, so this helps me, right? I mean, and because this year is a brand new year, and it's kind of the wheels fell off a little bit when the interest rates changed for me. I've always gone direct to seller, so going direct to agent is kind of new, and I realize I really don't like it because because it takes up so much time and there's so little reward for it seems anyway initially for the time that you have to put in to speak to the agent and do everything that I shared earlier. So I'm going to do those things, Bob. I'm ready to go, and don't mind taking action and making mistakes because that's kind of what it's all about is failing forward, right?
That's right.
As we all talk about here. So, but I certainly don't want to have paralysis by analysis and do nothing. So that's why I want to jump in here and see what you guys had to say about this. So I'm going to stick to that and to be determined. What kind of results I get, and like you said, Bob, just go ahead and do some things and come on back and let's talk about them. What happened?
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Exactly right. And I'm sure
sounds great.
Mr. Dante Pena has his opinion on this as well. So I'd love to hear what
The
he's got to say.
only
Say.
agent I care about, the only agents I care about is Bob Sedai and Bob Sedai only.
I love it,
Now,
man.
Andrew, let me ask you something. Do you have any sales experience?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So me being sales being my background, right? I got like 18 years in sales. Number one,
Right.
if you're doing the cold calling thing and you said nobody's really answering, right?
Well, very
Um,
little. Pick it
well,
up.
of
Yeah,
course,
I just said,
of
yeah.
course. And you got to answer it this way. When you see a random number call your phone, what are the chances of you answering it?
Very little.
Very little, right? So that right
Yep.
there is incorporating in what you're doing with your cold calling. Now, another trick I'd want to give, and maybe other people in the crowd can take this. Another trick I want to give you is how many text messages do you respond to? If I were to text you, "Hey Andrew, it's Dante, call me back," you're gonna be like, "Who is this?" Right?
Who,
Who?
who the hell's Dante?
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Or what I like to do, and you guys, if you want to take this, I will just simply text the name and a question mark. Andrew question mark. You're gonna get three responses. You're gonna get yes, no, or who's this, which typically means yes anyways. Right?
Yep.
See, I love that.
So
Yeah.
um agents, not my favorite either. The only time I will deal with agents is if I've built a relationship with them, because yeah, they do send you anything and everything. And I mean, sometimes they daisy chain. So daisy chaining meaning somebody already has this deal out and they're just trying to circle back with the deal that somebody else has and adding a fee. So
Mm,
not to mention they're kind of a funky bunch of like used car salesmen and hey, we have a fiduciary duty, but we still want to get paid our commission. It doesn't make sense to me on my end, but not
right.
all realtors are to be treated. Not all realtors are meant to be treated equally, right? So there's some really good ones, and then most of them are just shit. Like that's just what
Yeah.
it is. That's the reason why a lot
Yeah.
of people end up getting their license and then they quit and go back to their 9 to 5, right?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I would stick. Another thing too, your middlemen, right? If has anybody seen American Gangster with Frank Lucas
Yeah,
and Denzel Washington?
bunch of
The
time,
one thing we learned,
bunch of time.
the
Yep.
one thing we right. So one thing we learned about this movie is we don't go through the middleman, we go straight to the source. So why are you going between a middleman when you can go straight to the source, right?
So true.
So
So
direct to
true.
seller
Yep.
all
Good
day.
point.
You're not having to go through, hey, ask your seller if I could do this, ask your seller. No, go straight to the seller, talk to them, have that conversation, cut out that middleman. And then when you get good enough to close a bunch of these, you'll be able to talk to that agent. Sometimes agents block deals. I had a deal I just closed on like a couple of days ago in Florida, and the agent was killing the deal for the longest time due to the fact that they wanted their commission. Now, keep in mind, the seller wasn't walking away with shit. We took over a sub two, 4.75%. They're walking away with absolutely nothing. The agent's still making money, and the wholesaler's making money that I'm buying it from, right? So, um, the thing that was slowing this down is the lady wanted her full commission. Once we figured that out and we let the seller know, the seller was like, "You need to fucking you need to take down on your commission so we can get this sold and quit being greedy." So a lot of times, Bob's right. A lot of times they're going to care more about their commission than they do getting the sale done. I mean, I've done deals where I didn't make shit. I made maybe $1,600, but $1,600 helped me get that seller out of a bad situation. That seller that I helped get out of a bad situation is now sending me deals, which I'm actually looking
Boom.
at 3 of them that he sent me today. Okay. So
Wow.
here's the thing. We are in this business to make money, but I'm a huge fan of reciprocity, right? Reciprocity meaning what goes around comes around. And sometimes it's not in the best interest for you to just try to make a quick buck. It's in your best interest if you can help somebody out and help them get done with what's in their life. You'd be surprised on what these people are willing to do for you.
Solve the problem. I couldn't agree more. Yes, Dante.
Yeah, solve
Love
the
it.
problem. Absolutely. Now, so here's another thing though, for people who are doing cold calling and they're maybe having a hard time with cold calling. Um, in sales, we know that it's a contact sport, correct? So it being a
Right.
contact sport, the more you contact them, the better chances you have. Now, if you're not able to get a hold of them on a text message or on a phone call, try a text message. So there's be times where I don't know what dialer you're using. Are you using Mojo?
I'm
What are
using
you
a
using?
batch.
Does batch do it doesn't ring and then it pops up with their voicemail so you can hear the voicemail?
No, I don't know that it does that. And again, I'm not a big integrator, right? So it's all a
Okay,
learning process for me. So I'm not sure that it
right,
does that. I have the the multi dialer, like 3 numbers that are being dialed all the time. Um, what do they call it? Forget the terminology for it, but it's the
right.
multi-line dialer. Yeah.
Yeah, so stay away from that. Do the single. I know it's slower, but the reason why I like the single is it's a lot
Mhm.
more intimate, right? When I was doing like triple, I would find myself 3 people answering at the same time, so I could only take one of the calls, and then you got to call back the other person. And let's say the second person answers again, and the third person
Yeah.
picked up at the same time. By the time you get to the third person, they're pissed off that you called them a bunch of times, and they're like, "What the fuck do you want?" And that could have been
Right.
your deal, but you pissed them off
It's a good
because you
point.
wanted to try to get because you want to try to get to the list quicker, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
what I do, because I think we've all done this when we dialed before, because I started off cold calling when I got into this business,
Yeah.
and the biggest thing for cold calling for me is that repetitious boredom, right? You're sitting there, the dialer's quiet, and you're just waiting for somebody to be like, "Hello," right? So,
Right.
what I'll do is I'll watch videos to help sharpen my knowledge. Um, I had a bunch of pre-recorded videos of the Closers Olympics. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Closers Olympics, but it's tournament style. You get pretty much 12 closers, 30 minutes. They got 30 minutes to close the deal, and you watch them do it live, and then they recorded it. I'll go back and I'll watch that to help sharpen my tools while I'm waiting for somebody to answer the phone, right?
Yeah.
So
It's a good idea.
Yeah, keep yourself busy with sharpening your knowledge so you're not just sitting there bored. And then most
Sure.
importantly, contact sport. Make sure if you're listening to the voicemail and it says, "Hey, this is Andrew, leave a message," and you see that on title, the name the name says, how do you say your last name? Maholani? Maholani?
Mahalani.
Mahalani.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's say let's say that on title it says Andrew Malahani, and you see it says, "Hey, you've reached Andrew, leave a message." Chances are it's that person, right?
Right.
So send them a text message. They're not going to answer your phone call. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Most of the people that answer phone calls are old people now.
Yeah.
I don't answer. I don't answer an unknown number unless I know who it is, or if they
Right.
text me.
That's exactly right. And we see I invested a little more in the texting side, Dante, because, like to your point earlier, we see every text message that we get, right? Like what you mentioned earlier. So I kind of poured a little more into that as far as marketing dollars go, and but I'm gonna pull back the or put back in the dialer and do what you're saying, because it's like fishing, right? Someone told me a long time ago, you got to have several lines in the water at all times to be a good marketer. So that's those are two that we just discussed right there. So I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
Of course, of course, of course.
And I want to JV with people. I love to JV. I love to help others. I love to learn from others. And Bob, I'm in this market in Jacksonville, and I've been here for 25 years, so I know
Bob's
every.
gone.
Oh,
Bob
he's
better take
gone.
off.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you, Dan. So
Are
anyway,
you?
I'm
So
in
you're pretty.
Jacksonville.
Hey, Andrew. Andrew, you're
Yeah,
pretty connected out there. You're
I'm
pretty
sorry.
connected in Jacksonville. You're pretty. You got to be connected out there since you've been there for like
Oh, I
20 years,
am.
right? Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
check this
very
out.
connected here. Yeah.
I have a buyer personally. He lives in Huntington Beach, but he buys in Jacksonville, like for
Mm.
rentals. Um, the numbers just have to make sense.
Right.
So I have buyer in pretty much like all of Central Florida. I personally buy in Tampa, St. Pete. We got a couple properties out there right now. So if you got anything out there, Central Florida, shoot it my way.
Absolutely.
So feel free to reach out to me personally too. And I think Ed's in the crowd. My operations guy Ed. If you can't get a hold of me, you can get a hold of
Uh-huh.
Edward Nava. He's got the logo on there, the creative REI. So yeah, man, I'm buying. So just let me know if I can help.
Dante,
Okay, great. And Dante, reach out to you on
Yeah,
Discord here.
give me on a DM on
Got it.
Discord, and then I'll shoot you like my
Got it.
personal. Yeah,
Okay, you got it. Thank you guys for the feedback. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Dante,
Absolutely.
I
Thank
have
you.
someone looking in our that has a multifamily in Jacksonville, Florida.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. They're looking for accredited investors. They're sending me the pitch deck. If you're interested,
Oh, they want funding. They
yeah,
want funding.
I
No,
guess so.
I'd rather control the deal than fund the deal.
Okay,
I'm gonna probably, but I'll take a look at it.
okay. I guess I'm looking for people who are investing in the multifamily in Jacksonville.
Like they want to put in money for passive income. They don't really actually want to invest. Like I would rather control the deal
Yeah.
than be somebody who put in my capital. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. I'm the opposite. I'd rather put my money in and not have to control anything. So, but
Right.
you
Exactly.
said you have people in Jacksonville, Florida. So if you
Yeah.
know
So
anybody,
what I mean is they'll want to buy the complex, not fund it. You know what I mean?
okay,
So like
okay, I got
if
you.
they'd be interested in selling it to us, but I don't think your guys gonna want that because I think they're trying to buy it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the whole deal. I just got the information like while we were on the call. So I have to do more looking into it to see what exactly what they're looking for.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 12:11 Eastern Time, 11:11 Windy City Time, and 2:11 my time. Hope that everybody has an amazing day today. Let's get out there and crush it. Guys, we got almost 70 people in the audience today. Let's make it 100. Let's try to aim for 100. Please consider inviting somebody you think will benefit from being in proximity with us. This is going to be the greatest year yet. And, the community is continuing to grow. It's on pace to hit 17,000. We're going to crush 20,000 members this year. And I just cannot wait to reveal what we've been working on with the website. So stick around, guys. Make sure that you're inviting people to come and be a part of the revolution. It's 100% free to be in here and to be in proximity with heavy hitters, people that are doing this business at multiple thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Guys, send somebody the link, reirev.com. This is the number one most valuable real estate community in existence. We will catch you back here, same time tomorrow. Take care. Love y'all.